All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, Rakak double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. And the title's lesson going to be after Isaiah 14 chapter and the 12th verse. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Right? And this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about his physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? Which is after the workings of the spiritual demon Satan. All right? He plays out, the acts of Satan, on the earth, all right, in the flesh, as the so-called white man Esau, Edom. All right? And going into how thou fallen from heaven, going into his kingdom, all right, his earthly kingdom, which you see here today in the form of so-called America, all right. Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, he's received a blessing, all right, and that blessing going back to Genesis 27th chapter, going into him having the fatness of the earth, all right, ruling with the sword, all right, but ultimately that's a curse on them because why? Here it is in his last days, we're in the year 2020, year of prophecy. This devil is losing grip on his kingdom. Why? Because his blessing was a curse. All right. And going to him again, falling from heaven, he's falling from his blessing. All right. And as you see going on around the world, all right, the uprisings, the uproars, okay, the rumors of wars, all right, kingdoms against kingdom, all right, and so on and so forth. All right. This chip, which is RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, being close, being made mandatory. All right. All this is a sign of this man going down. All right. Because the Lord said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of their followers. The Lord told us that Esau in these last days will be in rulership prior to the Lord's return. All right. And that kingdom which the Lord is going to return, that's in power, he's going to fight against and ultimately be destroyed. All right. Who does that sit upon? All right, who does that lot sit upon? It sits upon the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right, so I'm going to start here in Job chapter 20, and I'll start at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? So going into this man's rulership is only set up for a point of time. All right, that's why going into Proverbs 16:4, the Lord made all things for himself, even the wicked, for that day of evil. Okay, so it's a time period. Okay, the Lord set a bound, all right, and a limit, which this man cannot pass. All right, because why? Because he has a purpose for being on this earth. All right, and his purpose is never was intended for him to be here forever. It was here for a day, literally. Okay, that day of evil, going into Jacob's trouble. All right, but after this day of evil, all right, which is going to be consisted of the day of doom. All right, after that day passes, that's when incorruption is going to be in place on the earth. And that's going to be with the righteous being in authority and the wicked being put out. All right, just Job chapter 20 and verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of a hypocrite but for a moment. Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach onto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. So going to the height of his kingdom. All right, Esau, Edom, so white man, he has, he's in his strength. Okay, as it seems. He has the strongest military on the planet Earth. You see his cities, his great cities. All right. You see his technology. All right. His so-called wisdom. All right. But look what's happening. He's losing it. All right. His great cities are what? They're on fire at the moment. Okay. And this is just the beginning. Okay. The Lord is going to ultimately send these thermonuclear missiles on so-called America. And this place is going to be hell. Okay. This place is going to be literal hell. That place. That burning for forever. Okay, going into that lake of fire. All right. Yeah, this is Job 20 and verse 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. So he's getting ready to be ultimately taken out of the earth after, his period of slavery, which the so white man, Esau, Edom, and your other hidden nations, you guys are going into slavery. All right. Whether you like it or not, this is what's going to happen. All right. This is what you've been afraid of. This is what you've been avoiding. All right. This is what you've been thinking in the back of your mind that it is an impossibility. Guess what? It's getting ready to happen. Okay, and it's going to be under the hands of YAHAWASHI and his people, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the children of God. All right. It's Job 20 and 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, which they which have seen him shall say, where is he? So here it is right now in this time, 2020. All right. So-called white man, again, he's on top. He's the ruler of this earth. All right, without a shadow of a doubt, this man runs the earth. Okay, no one's challenging his authority. Okay, at this present moment. Okay, to the extent of him being overthrown. Okay, yeah, people are uprising and uproars, but if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai, this man would be in power forever. All right, because the Lord ultimately set him up. So the Lord's the only one that can take him out. But going into the time after he's taken out, he's no longer going to be seen around no more. Okay, again, he's going to be in slavery. He's going to be in pits building up our cities. But after a period of time, he's going to be taken out and destroyed. Okay, so again, going into his blessing ultimately being a curse on him. Why? Because I'm gonna get Obadiah. Because why? Because the violence against his brother Jacob. All right. This is Job chapter 20 verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. So he's gonna be chased out of the earth. Okay. What is that? I think in Job 18 chapter, which I can get real quick and I'll come back to Job 20. Job 18 and 17 is remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no more name in the street. So, when this man is taken out of power, no one's going to miss him. All right. No one's going to say, we need the so-called white man back in power. Okay. So we can, no. Okay. Scriptures say that when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. When the righteous are on authority, people rejoice. So when the elect of Yahweh Shai, all right, ultimately the Lord's people are in power, no one's going to be crying for the so-called white man. All right. Even the animals, okay, the trees, all right, this is going to have a new tone and vibration because no one's going to miss this devil being in power because the earth's going to be in its proper course and being run how it's supposed to be run under the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shai, which are going to be executed by his people, okay, and only by his people, all right. First and foremost, Job chapter 18, verse 18, he shall be driven from light into darkness, all right. His light's going to be put out, all right, being, that's why he calls himself the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, all right, because by his wickedness is how he came into power. So because by the wisdom of his wickedness, okay, going to his lies, into his deception, okay, so on and so forth, his cutting edge technology is how he got put into power. But the Lord ultimately is going to take that away from him, right? And that's why, again, going into Obadiah, the Lord destroying the wise man out of Edom and the understanding out of Mount of Esau, okay? Because he's being exposed. Everything that he's brought out is being used against him, okay? The internet, all right, so on and so forth. And then ultimately, these thermonuclear missiles was going to destroy him, all right? But going back to Job chapter 20 in verse, Job 20, I go on to verse 9. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. So, his place being his authority, his kingdom, okay, where he sits on high at this very point in time. Okay, he's shooting up in the heavens with his rocket ships, okay, trying to figure out ways to voyage out to other planets. All that's going to be thrown out the window, okay. He might have in his own mind his own plans going into his new world order agenda. He's going to have people going over onto Mars and living over there, whatever it may be that he thinks in his own mind he's going to execute. But the counsel of the Lord is going to stand, all right? And what the Lord says is going to happen is going to be done. And the Lord has no intent of this devil at all going past the time he has been set to be in rulership, all right? And we're getting ready to see that, okay? The devil is going to come down. He's going to come down fast, and he's going to come down very, very hard, okay? And before you know it, he's no longer going to be found no more, all right? But this is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. I was just titled lesson. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? All right, how? Yahweh Shai did it. He's going to do it. Okay, going into that war in heaven. Okay, it's all ultimately just for a show because the Lord don't even have to do that. Okay, ultimately it's all about prophecy. All right, but it's not going to be a contest. Okay, it's not even going to be a war. It's going to be a slaughter. Okay, because this devil has no chance. All right, the Lord's going to cut through this man like butter. All right, and even the Lord said, even by the hands of my people. Okay, he's going to execute his anger upon Edom. Okay, so even the Lord's people are going to get their licks back. All right, and that's just the beginning. Okay, because the devil is going into slavery. All right, it says here 14 and 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. As verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So going into him trying to be like the Most High, trying to be, the God of existence. All right, that's why he wants to upload everybody to the internet. Okay, it's madness. It sounds like sci-fi, science fiction, but this is what this man really thinks he's going to do. Okay, try to capture your consciousness, which is plenty of movies of him trying to do that. An example I think of top of my head is a movie called Chappie. All right, well, pretty much they plug your brain in and they try to find an algorithm or equation to map out your consciousness. All right, just like when you put your finger, going to the biometrics. Okay, like when you scan your eye, your retina scans, you put your thumbprint, to be scanned. It's all measured by the binary system, by just mathematical equations, 1 0 1 whatever. But this is what this man intends on doing. Okay, so ultimately he can make his own existence in his stupid computers. Okay, that's his intent. All right, capturing everybody's mind. All right, on this hive mind, going to Internet of Things, so that he knows everybody's thoughts, where they're at. Okay, trying to be like the Most High. Okay, controlling times, seasons. All right, this is what this devil plans on doing. Okay, but it's not gonna come to pass. All right, because there's only one power. Okay, that's YAHAWASHI. It's Isaiah 14:15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So is this man gonna fall down underground, okay, and burn in a eternal hellfire? No, man. Okay, he's gonna be brought down to a hellish condition. All right, hell is a condition, heaven is a condition. Okay, and it's played out here on the earth. Okay, so this man, which he's in heaven right now, because this is his kingdom, he's gonna be brought down to hell. Okay, because why? Because he's going on into slavery. All right, hardcore slavery. All right, not no cotton candy, marshmallow slavery. All right, this is going to be some hardcore, rough stuff. Okay, because he's going to get recompensed double what he has done unto the Lord's people. Okay, what he has done unto the Lord's creation. All right, and because of his pride. All right, and then he's going to be done away. This is Isaiah 14:16. They that see him, it's like they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right, these old, frail, weirdo Edomites. Okay, blood drinking, swine eating devils. Okay, they probably on a breathalyzer. Okay, have a being tube fed. All right, but these devils, all right, are running the earth. Okay, they can't even go outside because they'll burn, because they got no melanin. Okay, they obviously don't belong on the planet Earth, and they damn sure don't belong in rulership. Okay, but going into people looking upon them saying, is this the man? Okay, and that's ultimately just to go into the power of YAHAWASHI, taking this man and having him run the world. Okay, and by that same power, the Lord's going to take him down. Okay, this is Isaiah 14:17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Okay, so going into him being the hammer of the whole earth, which I can get, who ruled the nations in anger. Okay, now guess what? He's gonna get hit with the hammer. Okay, and that's gonna be YAHAWASHI when he brings forth his judgment. All right, this is Jeremiah 50, and I started verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. So going into the time we're in now, we're at the it's all about stages. Okay, and the stage is set. All right, the stage is set for so-called America to be destroyed. All right, which is Babylon the Great. All right, and the man who's in rulership of this kingdom is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, this is just prophecy. Okay, and it's written down. All right, for a testimony. Okay, because why? Because the spirit of the Lord, the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so this is Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? How? Again, YAHAWASHI. All right, what's the instrument that the Lord's going to use? All right, well, I can read on down, but it's these thermonuclear missiles. Okay, and the chariots also. Okay, this devil got a lot to worry about. All right, the last thing he should be worried about is 2/3 breaking down and setting buildings on fire. Okay, you should worry about these thermonuclear missiles going to set this whole land on fire. All right, this is Jeremiah 15:24. I've laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. So this devil, the Lord is setting traps for this man. Okay, like you lead, those cartoons, you leave like candy trails, all right, or whatever, little M&Ms, all right, and that whoever you're trying to capture, they take the trap, or they take the bait, okay, and they fall into the trap, okay, and that's what the Lord is doing to this devil, okay, going into ultimately when he tries to put hands on the men of the Lord, the Lord's gonna lift up that standard, okay, the brother's gonna get spiritual powers, all right, and it's gonna be going into divine intervention. The Lord's gonna make a way, and ultimately this man's gonna be taken out. Okay, so going into the Lord being an ultimate chess player, okay, and this devil's gonna lose. Okay, continuing, thou art found and also caught, because thou art striving against the Lord YAHAWASHI. Okay, so you strived against the Lord because of your pride, saying a Titanic, even God can't sink America, even God can't take down, okay, because our military, that's why this devil is gonna fight against the angels, all right, in the heavens, okay, because this man is the ultimate example of pride. All right, we're getting ready to see with our own eyes what happens, okay, from the fruit of pride, okay, and it's going to be complete annihilation. All right, so Jeremiah 15:25, the Lord YAHAWASHI opened his armory, and I brought forth the weapons of his indignation, okay, and that's these thermonuclear missiles, okay, and that's just one of the weapons, of course, okay, but going into the staple of this man's destruction, all right, the trademark is these missiles, all right, okay, of course, brothers, but having spiritual powers on and YAHAWASHI, giving brothers all type of manner of superpowers, all right, and of course the angels and the chariots, but again these missiles, all right, that's what's gonna make this lake of fire, all right, which is that second death, all right. But continuing, for this is the work of the Lord YAHAWASHI of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So, the land of the Chaldeans, the land is always a people before it's a place. All right, so the that's what the devil does. He names, the damn lands after his own name. All right, so hey, the Lord said in the land of Chaldeans. All right, and again, this devil named so-called America after what? A man, Amerigo, whatever his name is, Vespucci. All right, and same with Africa. All right, Africanos. All right, they're named after their own names. And why they do that? Because hey, that's their land. So they claim. All right, so going into so-called America. All right, that's why the Lord's gonna destroy this land, because of the people. All right. I guess I can get this really quick. Yeah, I'll get this real quick. This is Isaiah 33:1. And I can probably close out. Forgive me. Let me see. Yeah, I'll close out here. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. All right, this devil always constantly going out spoiling. And look at so-called America. All right, until of course recently, all right, nothing has been happening in so-called America. All right, you had so-called terrorist attack on 9/11. All right, but these are self-inflicted attacks. Okay, going into Pearl Harbor. All right, these are self-inflicted. All right, but going into the damage that Edom, so-called white man, has been doing around the planet Earth, he's been doing nothing but spoiling everybody. Okay, going into what in Habakkuk, he is a proud man. All right, neither keepeth at home. Right, the largest his desire is hell and cannot be satisfied. This man's always going around spoiling. That's why he's going to be spoiled himself, because this is what you call recompense. All right, you want people call it karma. What goes around comes around, but no, this is what you call righteous judgment. All right, and this man has been getting away for a long time. All right, with the stuff he's been doing around the planet Earth, the Lord is what he has kept silent. Not going into Psalm 50th chapter, but now is the time where he's being reproved, and now is the time he's getting ready to be judged. That's why he's trying to seek to please the poor. All right, trying to say I'm sorry, but no, man. Now you have to drink that cup. All right, So the Lord said, rejoice and be glad, because when that time comes up, hey, you're gonna be hurt, okay, for a long time, and then you're gonna be done away with. Isaiah, forgive me, I ran a little bit. It's Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. Okay, because why? The Lord's been saving you. Okay, He's been saving you, letting you build up and be puffed up in your pride, so the Lord can throw you down that much harder. Okay. You know, as high as you want to build, what they say, the taller you are, the harder you fall, something to that extent. Okay, so this devil's going to fall very, very hard. All right, being cast out as lightning. Okay, you know, all this wickedness he's been doing for a long time. Okay, and in 1 hour, this man is going to be judged. All right, you know, what a sight is that going to be to see. Continuing, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So, hey, the tables are going to turn. Okay, you like pushing and shoving. How are you going to like it yourself? Okay, and again, it's not gonna end well with you. Okay, you know, because these devils, they don't ever want to take the blame. Okay, but now you're gonna see exactly what people have been complaining about. Okay, this devil, he throws his hands up and plays innocent any moment he can. Okay, you know, trying to justify himself. You know, it wasn't me, this and that, yada yada. But what about these people? What about that? What about this? Okay, so you can't. There's no reasoning with the devil. Okay, that's why the Lord's gonna have to ultimately show, right? This devil. Okay, you know, going into again that cup, man. You know, all that stuff he's been doing onto first and foremost the Lord's people, right, and then to the rest of the world, of course. But he's gonna see exactly what people have been uprising and complaining about. Okay, because he's gonna have to deal with himself and not just what he dealt out. It's gonna be double back onto him. Okay, but I'm gonna close out here. Is Isaiah 33:2. O Lord YAHAWASHI, be gracious unto us. Okay, be gracious unto us. Have mercy upon us. Okay, we know you're mad. You know, we know you're more than mad. Okay, you can't really say into words. All right, how, you know, going into an adjective or describing word to say how the Lord actually feels. We're just gonna have to see. But when we ask the Lord to have mercy on us, all right, don't be mad at everybody. Okay, don't forget about your elect. All right, that's why we pray, Lord, we be part of that number, because the Lord, man, the Lord is going to destroy everything: chairs, trees, dogs, cats, people, everything. Okay, because these thermonuclear missiles are not going to spare nothing. Okay, so if you're not beamed up into one of them chariots, all right, or beamed up to their fellowship, all right, you're going to melt away. Okay, if you even get that far. All right, Isaiah 33:2. O YAHAWASHI, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Right. You know, speaking of our apostles on down, man, we've been waiting for the Lord to return. And this is not our first time being on this earth. Okay, we've been here many and many of times. Okay, going on to those righteous men who've desired to see the things which we see. Okay, a lot of them, you know, going into our forefathers, they died in faith. Okay, but now is a time where we can finally see and rejoice in the downfall of our enemies. Okay, the Lord YAHAWASHI defending us and getting us out of modern day Egypt, which is so-called America, that great deliverance. Okay, read again Isaiah 33:2. O YAHAWASHI, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. So that's the time we're heading to, that time of trouble, being Jacob's trouble. Because why? Because the devil, all right, going into that transition period, he's coming down with great wrath because he knows his time is up. All right, he knows he had but a short time. So things are going to speed up, all right, because he's trying to, you know, pretty much sprint to the finish line, but there's no finish line. Okay, it's an illusion. All right, it's really a pit. Okay, this devil's going to run full speed into a brick wall. Okay, and he's going to be, everything he's built up, you know, to be it to this point is going to be thrown down and destroyed. Okay, that's what the Lord said, they shall build, but I shall destroy. Or if you're paraphrasing, all right, which I said I was going to get Obadiah, but you know, for the point was already established. You know, I quoted, you know, Obadiah verse 10, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You know, but yes, Lock, let me get to it. Again, Isaiah 33:2 says, this is a heavy precept. O Lord YAHAWASHI, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in time of trouble. So Jacob's trouble. Okay, you know, the Lord said, wait ye upon me. Okay, wait until I rise up against the prey. When you see these people protesting, our people protesting in the streets, trying to with their own hands receive salvation, it's ultimately going to be their condemnation. Okay, because they didn't wait on the Lord, they kind of slackness. All right. But going on to the Lord's elect. All right. Whatever amount of time you've been in this truth. All right. You know, we've waited on our Lord. Okay. We said that YAHAWASHI is going to take care of this, and we have faith that he's going to take care of us. All right. At the end. All right. Those will, 2020 be the year and we get the hell up out of here. All right. So with that, those will just be edifying. As always, want to give all praise to YAHAWASHI, BASHIM KAKWADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Shalom.